Hey everybody, it's SonjdraDeluxe and today I'm doing a MAC eyeshadow dupe video. I've teamed up with Karity to show you some affordable dupes, some exact matches with similar texture, or I would almost say improved texture of the eyeshadows. I'll be using Karity products, and what I like about them is, as I explained before, the texture is really awesome, the color payoff is really awesome, and it's only a fraction of the cost of a regular MAC eyeshadow. I'm very familiar with the eyeshadows, and I was really impressed with the Karity eyeshadow, so I'm going to show you how they get put to work. So here I have the 5 original MAC shadows swatched on my arm, and I'm going to show you the Karity dupes side by side. One of the eyeshadows I'll be using is Moonshine. This is an almost replica of Nylon eyeshadow. The next eyeshadow is Shrill, which is very similar to All That Glitters. This is Corten, a beautiful dupe for Antiqued eyeshadow by MAC. And now we have Vino, which is a really great dupe for sketch eyeshadow. Last and definitely not least, a dupe of my favorite, which is Saddle eyeshadow right here. This is Safe Word. It's very creamy in texture. So there are the dupes besides the original MAC shadows that I'll be using for this video. I'm going to start off doing my contour and highlight using some of their brushes to get us started and warmed up. So this is the Karity F31 brush. Normally I would do my contour with a $70 brush, Canadian from MAC. And this one looked really similar, but honestly it's getting the job done and it's not $70, so I like that. And I'm feeling snatched, so that's perfect. So pushing into my cheekbones, this is the exact same shape as the one that I normally use. It's got like kind of fluffy hairs towards the tip, and it's pretty dense towards the base of the brush, so I use that part to push into my cheekbones to get that sucked in look, and I use the tip to buff it around so I can rosy up my cheekbones and add a little bit of a tan. I'm also going to do my neck so nice and dark, and also go around my hairline. Next I'm going to contour my nose. I'm going to use my Makeup Forever 30M Profusion Bronze. I'm going to take this small brush, the E28. I use usually a $40 brush from MAC, the 224, which is a little bigger than this, but this will do the same thing just fine. So starting up at the top of the bridge of my nose, building it up and pulling it down to the tip to get a nice snatched nose. Nice and easy. Building it up towards the upper bridge of my nose and pulling it down. Now I'm going to take this fan brush to do my highlight, which I normally don't use a fan brush, but this is so nice and luxurious that I thought I'd give it a try. So I'm going to go into my NARS Frenzy Dual Intensity Blush into the highlighted side, go right down the center of my nose, just go like this. How about that? So I get a nice shimmer popping, so nice and bronzy, orangey, dewy, and so forth. I know I've had enough when there's just way too much, and that's the right amount of highlight. Go on top of my top lip, and this is great for getting into those smaller areas that we want that little bit of extra sheen. Know what I mean? So let's get into these eyeshadow dupes. First of all, side note, this has nothing to do with it. Well, maybe it does. I love this because you can see also. First of all, I love this holder for it. It makes sense, has a lot of spaces. I've filled up, not all of them, but anyways, and I really love the big mirror, so this is like really handy for doing your makeup nice and close. I usually like to do my makeup up close with an up close mirror and something far away, so this is perfect for that, and then all my shadows are right there. So if you've seen my other videos, you guys know I'm quite obsessed with saddle eyeshadows, so I chose a dupe for that, so I'm gonna go right into this one. And this is one of the things where I said I kind of like the texture of this a little bit better, just because I feel like it blends a little bit better and it's more pigmented. With saddle, I kind of feel like I have to build it up a lot. I'm absolutely obsessed with the color, so don't get me wrong, it's still bae, but I really love this for the color payoff. I don't have to work as hard to get the color on, and it just looks great. The reason why I like saddle for a transition shade is it works on many different skin tones and it's very blendable, but this one's called Safe Word. and I'm really feeling it, and it's much cheaper, so can't go wrong with that. So I'm just kind of cutting out my shape, doing my crease and winging it out a bit. I think today I want to do kind of like bottom smoky eye. Same thing on the side. And the brush that I'm using is the E27 from Karity. Also, I'm going to stick to all Karity brushes for this just because it's nice when you can get a full-on, have a little spree at one kind of site and have everything you need to create a look in one place. So this color, which is a dupe to what I would say All That Glitters is from MAC, kind of a peachy, goldy, you know, no undertone, good for all skin tones. This one's called Shrill, I think. I don't know how to pronounce that one, but anyways, I like it. It's gonna go all over the lid with this guy, blending it up into the bridge of my nose where we had our contour, by keeping most of the color on the lid. And this again is the eyeshadow that we did the nose with, the brush, sorry. Now this is what I would say is very similar to Sketch eyeshadow, and I find with Sketch sometimes, just throughout my years working with MAC, sometimes it's like beautiful and super pigmented and sometimes it's totally not. So I don't like that it's kind of inconsistent with how it is. I have bought Sketches where I can't pick anything up on my brush, and I've also bought Sketch where it's beautiful and perfect. But more times than not, I think if I have a hard time picking the shadow up off of my brush, this is not like that. This is Vino. But yeah, just one little finger watch swoop and it's fully covered. So I'm gonna use that. I don't really use a lot of purples and stuff, so I'm stoked about it. I'm glad it was blurry for that part anyways. So I'm gonna take this small brush, this is an E25, also from Karity, and what should we do? Let's just go for it. Let's do a little blend along the lower lash line, like that. And this is quite pigmented, which I'm into. Pull that mother up. And I'm going to push this right into my lash line. I'm trying not to go too far into like bringing it down too much, just because I don't want it to be too dark. I always seem to steer kind of shy of really dark colors on my eyes just because I feel like it makes me look a little sleepy. Maybe that's a lie. I probably put pretty dark ones on there, but not usually on the lid. Like I usually don't bring it in too far. So like I said, I'm not even using a blending brush, and this is blending really well. Like this is like a really stiff, dense brush, and somehow I'm getting it to look real blended and flawless. I haven't even used a blending brush for this, but that's just kind of the texture of the shadows. They're just very soft. And I'm not experiencing any fallout, which is great too. Sexual, this looks very sexual. I'm gonna fill my waterline, I think. Okay, now that that's all popping, I'm gonna take my LA Girl gel eyeliner and smudge that into my lash line. To help blend that a bit, I'm going to use my shadow here. This one is called Corten, and I'd say this looks exactly like the shadow Antiqued, which is, you know, one of the eyeshadows I really run for in my MAC shadows. I use it on a lot of clients because it's so blendable and beautiful and rosy. It goes with your plums, your golds, and it looks good on lots of different skin tones. And I think to bold it out just a touch, I'm going to take this replica of Nylon eyeshadow. And this is the color Moonshine. And I'm going to tap that right in the center of this eye look, just to add a little bit more sheen on the eyelid. So I'm going to use my lights camera. Oop, almost dropped all my dupes. I'm going to use my Lights Camera Flashes mascara from Tarte and do a quick layer on the top. I'm just pushing it right down to my lash line, and I'm going to put some mascara on the bottom lashes, and I'm going to finish it off by using Bashful liquid lipstick by Galactic. And I think I'll put a little gloss over it. This is Just Nude by Galactic as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this dupe video. As I mentioned, the products that I use for my eyes as the dupes were from Karity, which I love, and I did this really quick eye look for you using all of their shadows and their brushes. I will leave a little list of the products I used in the description box, as well as a link to their site so you can go check their dupes. They actually have a list of eyeshadows as well as the dupes from MAC, so it makes it easy if you know you love something from MAC and you want the dupe for it and you want to pay a lot less, you can just check out that list. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and follow, and love yourself and stay pretty, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Take care.